Hello, glad to have you here. Today, we're going to talk about mindset, but this time we're going to look at some positives and and how it affects your business, how it affects your everyday life. So I'd like to talk just a little bit, just to refresh memories of those that were here and maybe those that are coming on now, just so that they know what we were talking about. So if you bear with me, I'd like to talk about, a little bit about what we talked about yesterday when we talked about negative mindsets and the things that I had listed out. The examples that I listed was number one was scarcity. If you have scarcity, then you're afraid to take any risks. And in your business, we take risks and we have to be able to feel confident that, in the risks that we take after we've checked it out and everything, that this is something that is doable and we want to move forward with it. But if you have scarcity, then it's something that just holds you back because you have this fear, you're afraid, that scarcity mindset is meaning that you have a feeling of lack of I don't have enough or I don't have it right now. Or I don't know if I'll ever have it, that kind of thing. And then the next one was lack of self no, the next one was fear. So, and I already kind of touched on that a little bit because they do all of these things kind of go hand in hand. So, and then the third thing was lack of belief in yourself. I'm looking at my notes to make sure that I stay on track. So, when you have lack of belief in yourself, then you won't go for the goal. You won't, go for your dreams. You won't push yourself to do the things that may be uncomfortable, but they are things that you know that you need to do to build your business, to have your life, to, be there for your family, whatever that looks like for you. So that's what we talked about yesterday. And taking all of this back and turning it back into looking at it as far as from a business standpoint, as well as from your life in general, because it just creeps in and can mess up a lot of stuff and cause you to be, like I said, to be on the negative side. And so let's take a look at the positives today. So when we're talking about being positive, for me, that is something that I had to work into. I didn't realize that I'm trying to put my other note thingy here so it won't fall. Sorry. So, for me, I didn't realize that I was negative. I had no idea of negative and positive, just as a kid growing up, and then but that those things did change as I got older and started to learn more things and listen to people and start to look up to certain people and what their attributes were and that kind of thing. So but before I get going, let me go on and introduce myself. First of all, to those of you that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs to come online, use social media to find prospects, leads, and sales for their business. And I do that in a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing, I use lead generation, as well as I talk about video uh, and I almost said micro video, which is one of the big up and coming new things, trending things. And I don't think it's going to be one of those things that's going away anytime soon. So, but those are the things that I usually use to help me to help you to get where you want to be, as well as using updated, modern, and trending strategies to help you in your business as well. And so basically, that is what I do. And I would like to offer you a gift of two. It's the top two anti-salesy posts that attract. So, you know how, well, maybe just if you know, if you don't know, I'm just going to say this real quick. So when I was out there before, I was chasing people that I didn't know. I was bugging my family and friends and those types of things. And then it just didn't, it was difficult to stomach. It was difficult to deal with. And I just didn't know that there was another way. And then when I found another way, then I went that way. And it was better, different, and I get to be at home. I get to be, online. And back when I first started, my kids were, kind of young, and then they started getting to that age where they're getting the what is it, the double digits, and then it's they still can't make good decisions, but having to leave them at home made me push out to find something else. So that is what I did. And I don't know how I got on that tangent, so forgive me. Let me just drink a little water here. I must have got a little bit excited. Let me get unexcited. Not exactly unexcited, but let me just go on and talk to you about what I have for today. So, and hopefully we can have a discussion. So, for those of you that are hopping on, drop in where you're coming in from. Let me know, what it is like weather-wise where you are. We're cold here, not freezing, so that's a good thing. We dealt with the snow, so hopefully it'll get better and keep on getting better because February, believe it or not, is halfway gone. Anyway, all right, let me go on. I'm just yammering. Let me get to the point. So, looking at my notes. So, in the positive examples that I wanted to share with you, I have three of those. And the first one I have is abundance. Being in the mindset of abundance helps you to be open and helps you to be, able to take risks, to feel comfortable in doing that because you're not afraid. You don't have that I don't have enough. I may never have enough. You don't have that thing that's going on inside you that's saying, no, you can't do that. We don't have, your mind is trying to protect you, and you're settling into it, but this is different. When you have an abundance mindset, you can take risks. And it's not like you just do it flagrantly. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you take risks for your business because you know that if you don't move forward, then your business will stall and be stuck and maybe even, come to an end. But if you have an abundance mindset, then you're always thinking and you're always, believing that you can do more and that you can continue to grow this business into what it is that you truly want it to be, as well as your everyday life. Like I say, it's important to have that type of mindset with family, to let them know that it's okay to take a risk. Every now and then it's okay to do this and that, you know, and yeah, I mean, well, there are rich people and there are, people in between and there are people that have less. But in the long run, even if you start off with less, which I did, and had that scarcity mindset, I was able to, as I grew and, got older and started really maturing and learning things and seeing people and, seeing how they were doing and what they were doing and how they were going about it and, learning certain things. And, you know, I can remember and I'll tell you this, this is a quick little story. Let me look at the time. Quick little story. I remember when I first found out, because now I was the first one to go to college. I was the first one to drop out of college. And then I ended up going back in and doing nursing school and all of that. But I can remember I was in my 40s, and there was nobody else, for me to look up to in my family to really tell me anything about finances and about, retirement. And I just didn't know anything about that. I mean, I grew up on welfare, we just didn't know. And so I'm sitting there one day, in I used to work in the cardiac cath lab. It's one of the areas I worked in the hospital, and these nurses were talking, and the doctors, were talking, and I was like, so what is this 401k stuff? I had no idea. So by listening and learning and growing, and people saying, well, you don't have an IRA, and I'm like, IR who? I just didn't know. I really didn't know. And to be able to open my mind to what they were saying, they had to talk me into it. They were like, well, if you just take a little bit and put it aside, or have it taken out of your check, you won't even miss it. And I was like, how could you possibly not miss whatever the amount of money was? It was a big amount to me because I was still living in scarcity. But then to find out, later, that as I continued on in my life, that I actually did have, you know, um, something put aside. Unfortunately, I didn't expect to end up having to use it because, my nursing career, I ended up becoming disabled and unable to continue doing my nursing career for that and some other issues. But man, it was just, like, this really, and if I could have kept working till I was in my 70s, it probably would have worked exactly, the way that I hoped and wanted it to work out. But, you know, I allowed myself to open my mind a little bit and to hear what they were saying to me and to do what they said. And it was really a good thing. So having an abundant mindset is good for your life. It's good for your business, and if you're not in a business yet, or, not really wanting to do a business, still want to do work, still, it's having that abundance mindset allows you to stop with the tightening of the, hands around the money, that you need to put aside, for this or for that or whatever, because you're not afraid, you go ahead and you move forward. So that's it on abundance. Let me go to the next one. The next thing is courage, and having the courage, and that goes hand in hand as well with abundance. You have the courage to move forward because you believe in abundance. You believe that nothing's really going to stop you. You believe that no matter what happens, no matter how many times you fall down, you're going to get back up. Courage is moving forward even though there's fear, even though there's, even crippling fear. I've seen some people with, this is taking it off to another point, but, some people that have joined the video challenge that one of my mentors puts on, Helen Martin, she puts one on several times a year. And there are so many people that come out of that had never done live video before, but they continue and they keep on, and they, a lot of people finish, some people don't, but at least they tried. And, and that's where that courage comes from. When you have courage, you move forward in fear. Nothing's ever going to be a sure thing, I don't think. I mean there's possible, but to move out and know that the possibilities of what you want is there. You just got to reach out, and you got to work hard, and you got to do what you got to do, especially in the beginning. to me, that, takes courage, and that takes that abundant mindset. And then the last thing I have is believing in yourself. Have to believe in you. And with this positivity, then you can start to believe in you. You can start to fight those things that tell you that you're not this, or that you can't do that, or you can close your mind to that and say, no, I can. And I'm saying that because I did it and I still do it. And I'm not saying my life is perfect. I'm not saying that it's anywhere near perfect, but I know who I am. And I know that there are times that I struggle with things and there are times that I don't. But I'm learning to pivot, during the struggle and keep moving, because my whole life has just kind of been like most people, I'm sure, up and down, up and down, up and down. You're never going to stay on the mountain, you're never going to stay in the valley. So in believing in yourself, that and me, as a Christian trusting in God, for me, I know that I'm okay. I know that I'm going to make it. And even when it looks like I'm not, I'm still going to make it because I have that mindset now. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that it gives you something to think about, and just that it oh gosh, really dry. And that it just really helps you to see negative mindset and those few examples that I gave you, how they can stop you, how they can keep you stuck. That's why there's only maybe, what is it, 1% of people are wealthy, and then the rest of us, it's either 1 or 2% are wealthy, and then the rest of us are, just kind of out here. But I don't see that as telling me that I can't get there. I don't see that, and it doesn't matter how old I am. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever would matter to some people, I don't care that I'm female. I don't care that I'm a little bit older. Nothing's going to stop me because I have set my mind. And usually, when I set my mind and all the things that I've gone through in my life and come out on the other side, I know that I will do the same with this. So I hope that this was something enlightening for you, and even maybe inspirational. I hope that it just kind of helps you to think. And so if you're in that negative frame of mind, pull yourself out of it. You can do it. And even, I mean, you can Google stuff and take a look at things. And you like, I do positive affirmations. I take deep breaths. um i um I do things just because, to help people, just because. And because it makes me feel good and it helps someone else. So there, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going. Okay, I'm gonna go on and stop. But overall, you understand what I'm talking about, and I will have that information that I was talking about earlier, the gift, on the video when it's downloaded in the comments section, and it's called the top 2 anti-salesy posts that attract. So we'll have that, so that you can check it out when this is downloaded in the comment section. So take care. Today is Wednesday. I will see you again tomorrow, and we'll go over maybe a different topic. Talk soon. Let me find my little. Okay, there it is. Bye now.